Hi all, and welcome to a new WolfQuest series here on my channel. We are back in the Roaring Mountain DLC map with a new wolf while we wait for the saga to come out so we can continue our journey with Nat. This here is Arctos. Arctos was not born here on the Roaring Mountain, but rather his family traveled here when he was just a yearling. As you can see if we take a quick look at our map, Arctos was from the Bear Creek Pack. There is no trace of the Bear Creek pack on our map, and this is because, again, when Arctos was just a yearling, his pack was actually entirely eliminated by a pack here to the south. Now, according to the map, this is the Geode pack, but for the sake of the story, we are going to say that this is the Calamity Pack. Unfortunately, we aren't able to change pack names. I don't know if that will ever be an option. I kind of hope it is, because then we could actually change the name and not have to just say for story purposes. But essentially, there was a pack leader of the Calamity Pack who just passed away recently, very recently, but for about 7 years maintained a very strong hold, a strong grip on the entirety of a good portion of the Roaring Mountains. Uh, their name was Radio for the radio collar that they wore, and they were just known for being absolutely terrifying in combat and absolutely very aggressive in defending their territory. They seemed to think that the entirety of the Roaring Mountains were their territory, so for a good portion of time, all of this territory was claimed by the Calamity Pack, and any pack that tried to set up a new home here was swiftly driven out or killed. This is what happened to the Bear Creek pack, and this is why Arctos found himself all alone here. Now, fortunately for Arctos, Radio, the wolf that inspired terror in so many, has passed away from old age just recently, and one of their children has taken up the mantle of pack leader of the Calamity Pack, which again is going to be the Geode Pack down here. Um, Arctos, however, is not satisfied that the wolf that destroyed his family is gone. He still holds a deep hatred in his heart for the entirety of the Calamity Pack, and he wants to see them driven off this map just like his family, well, wasn't driven off, but was just destroyed entirely, aside from him. So Arctos's goal is going to be to take out the Geode Pack by whatever means necessary. He's off to a kind of rough start. We can see on the map that we have taken the no vacancy territory setup. So again, as his pack was wiped out, a good, probably not quite a year ago, but some time ago, he's been surviving off of carcasses. He's scavenged from other wolves' kills, and just kind of waiting for the right moment to establish his own pack and make sure that the Calamity Pack suffers for what they did to his birth pack and to his parents and siblings. Uh, so now, yes, now that he is 2 years old, he finally feels ready to take on this pack. First, of course, he is going to need to find a mate, as he can't do this all on his own. And in order to find a mate, we are again going to have to go through the hunting quest that every wolf has to do at this point in the development of WolfQuest Anniversary Edition. So this is not an elk. So even if we were able to take down that cow moose, which is kind of unlikely as a lone wolf, uh, it's not gonna actually count for the requirement. So we are going to have to run around and we're going to have to see if we can find any sense of elk. In the meantime, I'm just going to kind of cut to either when we find elk or when something dangerous happens. So I will see you soon. Well, we haven't found any elk yet. We are pretty deep in Coyote Creek territory. You can see that there are a couple of hexes that, as he's been passing through them, he's just been marking over the scent posts just to create a wider area for him to have some kind of security, place to sleep, place to hang out without worrying about pack wolves coming after him. Now he has found this buck mule deer carcass that this grizzly mom and her cub appear to be defending, and he's kind of hoping that he can scare them off or at least distract them long enough that they go away from the carcass and he can get a bite to eat. Because if he is not able to find any elk today, he could really start to be in trouble with his hunger meter. So thus far, not having a whole lot of luck. This mama bear doesn't seem to want to leave the carcass. Maybe he'd be better off intimidating the baby? He doesn't feel super great about that, but maybe if he sticks around and just kind of growls long enough. He doesn't have any intention of hurting either of them. He just wants the food that they have. And judging by the meters we can see over their heads, it does look like he's getting a little closer. There we go. Okay, wonderful. He was able to chase them off without any injury to himself or to the bears. He's not an overly aggressive wolf. He doesn't have a desire to hurt creatures just to hurt them. But the loss of his entire family has just made him so wild with grief and with anger toward the Calamity Pack specifically that he does have a desire to go after them. Now again, really, he doesn't want to wipe out the entire Calamity Pack. That isn't his goal. His goal is just to drive them out of the area. And that is likely going to mean taking down whoever the pack leaders are at this given time. But if he comes across a yearling, if he comes across a subordinate, he's not necessarily going to try to harm them any more than is necessary to keep them out of his territory and to tell them, hey, you need to go somewhere else. You can't be here anymore. This was my family's home, the last I knew of them, and, you know, basically they just need to go elsewhere and leave him and his pups alone. He doesn't have any pups yet. Leave him and his future pups and his future mate alone. Let's see. I was hoping we could maybe pick up some scent of elk, but we haven't yet. So I will get back to you maybe in a bit. Ah, here we go. The heather herd. We know this herd well, I feel. Seems like we run into them a lot. Also seems like there might be some male dispersals who are also pursuing this herd, in which case, Arctos is going to try to avoid a fight. He is actually slightly on the more cautious side than Bold. So I don't think that he's going to be particularly interested in fighting with random dispersals, or even with pack wolves that are not from the Calamity Pack. He's going to try to reserve his strength for what matters, which is taking out the alphas. Or maybe just one alpha and then hoping the other one gets a hint and leaves. We'll see what ends up happening. We are also on accurate. As you might have suspected, I do tend to play on accurate. I was considering putting it on challenging, as we would have a much easier time actually taking down the wolves then, but I feel like without the danger and without the challenge of having it on accurate, it might trivialize the challenge somewhat. We will see. Thankfully, Arctos has finally come across an elk herd, so he can just find a calf that looks like a good target. Oh, well, that seems like a good target, but he did get himself kicked. Ah, well, they'll start running soon enough. There they go. Ow, goodness gracious. Well, off to a great start, Arctos. This is why I said he's probably been scavenging more than anything. His hunting skills are not fantastic. His family was lost when he was just a yearling, so he didn't really get, oh, ow, all the training that one would think he would need. I am actually going to have him retreat and get some rest because that was horrible. That was a horrible showing, and I don't think that he's going to be successful starting from that point. So, unfortunately, we're going to have him try to mark over this hex just so he can get some rest and hope that the elk herd doesn't go very far. Oh, it's still Stranger Wolf territory. Well, whoops. All right, Arctos, I am going to need you to do better than that, buddy, or we are going to be here a long time. It doesn't look like anyone's disturbing our nap, at least, so probably best to get some more sleep. The elk herd is still over there, so resting a second time shouldn't let them get too far. At least I hope not. Okay, so now there's some wolves over there, multiple wolves. It looks like maybe a couple of wolves drove off the other two that were planning on hunting this herd. Nope, they're back in the chase. Oh, goodness. There's a lot going on here. I don't think that he is particularly pleased with what is happening here. Nevertheless, if he wants to prove himself to a future mate, he is going to have to successfully hunt something and not just scavenge. So let's have him get back on their trail and see if he can successfully hunt this time. All right, so there is one of those wolves. It is an Eagle Creek male. So, oh, we don't want to fight. Apparently he didn't want to fight either. Maybe he also just got kicked in the face the same way that we did a couple of sleeps ago. Let's see, they do still appear to be on the run. So hopefully that's draining their stamina a little. They haven't just stopped at the top of this hill. Yeah, I mean, is someone still chasing them? Kind of looks like it. Goodness, they really got pretty far ahead of us. Oh, there they are, all the way over there. Okay. Didn't do a proper introduction of Arctos. I didn't show his stats or anything, but he does have completely neutral stats. So no pluses, no minuses. Hopefully having kind of a neutral stat build will make this no more or no less challenging than it ought to be. It does look like some wolf is still hunting over here. He's getting kicked. Does that count? I don't know if that counts. Those two are having a time. Oh, I don't have names on because I was... Hey. Oh, it's Cottonwood Creek. That's, he kind of has to... I was gonna say drive her off if he wants to keep hunting here, but she's looking pretty resolute. So I'm not sure that she's actually gonna back off without us doing some serious damage to her. One moment. Okay, this is just a yearling. I know that he doesn't want to hurt a yearling. I think he's just going to leave. He remembers being that yearling and wanting so badly to prove himself, and yeah, he knows she's not really going to back down without a real fight, and that's not going to be good for either of them. So he's going to get out of her territory and maybe resume the attempt at hunting in a bit. Okay. Now, which wolves did we meet? We met Eagle Creek 2-year-old and a 4-year-old female from Tallulah pack. I wonder if we'll run into her again. She probably is one of the eligible dispersals, and he did kind of just save her from Cottonwood Creek, so maybe that's a good first impression? I don't know, we'll have to see. He is hoping that the elk herd is still over here in this direction, and what a shame. The same yearling is back. That's the same yearling, right? Yeah. She was just hanging around waiting for him to come back. Okay, we're leaving. Goodness. At least until like tomorrow. Could you just go home? I mean, this kind of is your home, but your home hex is very, very far away. What are you doing this far out on your own? Hey, hey, are we still in Cottonwood Creek? Kind of. Um, oh no. This is a 1% hex. You just claimed this hex. Why? Why? What have I done to deserve this? Yeah, you stay over there. Goodness gracious. I just went back into their territory and started to howl again. That's not smart. Okay. Alright, we are solidly in Coyote Creek territory, which we should be able to mark over. This is really not going fantastic for him. Hopefully this is not a sign of things to come and the rest of the journey is a little bit easier. I don't know, we'll have to see if that yearling continues to chase us. Okay, so his minor injury is healed. He's doing okay on health. Can he sneak back in here and try to find the heather herd again? I really don't know if kill stealing from that one dispersal counted as taking down an elk calf, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, we're getting pretty deep into Cottonwood Creek territory now, into some of the better marked hexes, but that's probably just because that yearling is still hanging around, come to think of it. That's still the pronghorn, I think. Yeah. Surely the heather herd is around here somewhere. Are we gonna, like, spend this entire episode not having successfully brought down a single elk by ourselves? Oh no. Bison, more hares. Oh, here we go. I can't tell if that's the heather herd. I think it said heather herd really quickly. Yes, okay. We have found them again. Sort of. Almost. We picked up like 2 scent spores. There's another one. Hopefully we are headed in the right direction now. There we go. Okay, that's not them. Thought we were really close because you could see the individual scent spores, but we're a little bit further than I expected. Thankfully, it does look like a lot of wolves have been hunting them recently, so I can imagine they're pretty jumpy, and it seems like they're going to run right away. This calf kind of appears to be unattended. That might be its mother? Nope. Okay, the one... No? Okay, this one's its mother. She just kind of got really far away from it. Okay, so, I mean, this is a pretty good start, but we do have to hope that Cottonwood Creek doesn't come and find us before we're able to complete this hunt. So, if we could kind of just take down this elk calf before they show up, that would be great. If we could catch up with this elk calf anytime before they show up, that would be great. Oh my goodness, it did fall, but the mother was right there, so we didn't really get a chance to try to go after it. That's unfortunate. All right, maybe if we back off a little bit and then run in. Okay, there we go. Can't hit it, can't bite it twice because the mother is going to kick us. And we also don't want them to get all the way back to the herd because then we'll be in trouble. So thankfully we were able to take down the calf. Or yes, the calf. Now, does that count as our second kill or our first kill? It counts as our second kill. That's amazing. All right. Well, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different from what I usually do. And instead of just kind of picking a mate and proceeding, maybe look around and see a few different mates and see if you guys have any input on who you think Arctos should take as a mate. We are going to need somebody strong and bold enough to actually take on other wolves with us, because I don't know that Arctos is going to have a huge amount of success taking down the geode pack leaders by himself. We'll see. Okay, well, a wolverine showed up. That's not exactly what we wanted. Oh, no, 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 no. Oops. I didn't think it was going to run and bite us that quickly, but it sure did. So far, I only hear one wolf howling, and it is a wolf from the Cottonwood Creek pack who is not interested in being his mate. So, let's move a little bit more this way. I am glad that we were able to take down a couple of elk because that was looking bad for a little bit there. I don't usually get kicked that often while hunting, but whoops. Okay, we're a little bit further down now. Did anyone hear us? Oh no. Oh, there we go. There's one potential mate. Oh, hey, it's those wolves, or one of the wolves we met earlier. Now, Arctos does have a black coat, and it appears that 811F also has a black coat. I don't know if that's the one we met earlier in Cottonwood Creek or if 812F was the one we met. I'll know after I play back the episode. In the meantime, obviously 811F would be a really bad match genetic diversity wise, but 812 could be a good match, or decent anyway. They are both 4 years old, so they're a couple of years older than Arctos. Which means if we were to continue his story, they would likely pass away before he does. Assuming he doesn't get himself killed trying to fight the Calamity Pack. 812 is definitely more interested in us, which I think probably is a factor of diversity, but I wonder, maybe also a factor of personality? I don't know how it determines which wolf likes your wolf more. So far, 812 seems to be doing a couple of submissive gestures and a playful one. 811, I mean, I think it's safe to say we probably don't want to take her as a mate just for diversity purposes. Their pups probably wouldn't be very healthy and they probably wouldn't have very many of them. So, best to avoid that. I don't really know so far what Arctos is thinking of 812 here. She seems nice. As for whether she'll actually be able to help him with his goal, harder to say. So as I don't want to take a mate right now, I am going to leave at this point. I'm going to really quickly jot down that we met these two. And this guy. And also this yearling from Cottonwood Creek. All right. So Tallulah 2 is the one that we're considering courting. But for now, we're going to run off. We're going to see who else we can find. Oh, there's a Calamity Wolf. He doesn't want anything to do with that, so he's going to continue. Oh, hello, Wolverine. No, thank you. Oh, okay. There's a Coyote Creek pack wolf who might be interested in being his mate. Let's see if we can find her without really making Coyote Creek angry. We've come pretty far, and we haven't really picked up any sense of this wolf that was howling. I'm still going in the same direction we heard the howl from, but I'm kind of scared to howl again because we are quite deep into Coyote Creek territory. I am worried that that would make the wolves aggressive. So I guess we kind of just keep going until we find whoever was howling or until they decide they don't want us around and chase us out. Uh, let's try sleeping and see if she comes to us. I don't really want to get that much closer to their home hex. Nope, these ones all seem really aggressive, so we're leaving. That's unfortunate. I was hoping we'd be able to find that female, but it doesn't look like any of these are the ones who are calling to us. And it certainly doesn't seem like they approve of us being in their territory, looking to possibly take one of their pack mates as a mate. I'm sliding. Oh, I would kind of, oh no! Oh, this is real bad. I would kind of assume that 603 and 604, was it, are probably the pack leaders, and so naturally they wouldn't be interested in being our mate. But hey, your pups need to disperse sometime. I'm not trying to take your territory. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, we're just gonna keep running. This is not great. Maybe I should have tried the sleeping thing a little bit further from their home hex. So far, the Tallulah wolves and that one Coyote Creek wolf who we weren't able to find are the only two kind of prospective mates that Arctos has even picked up on. So that's not super promising. I don't know. Let me know if you think maybe I should try looking on a different map and then coming back, or if I should try looking for the Coyote Creek wolf again, or kind of what you think I should do. I'm almost out of time to record today, so we might leave off just kind of getting away from these wolves. Assuming we get away from these wolves. We're almost in Cottonwood Creek. Oh no! No! Leave him alone! He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy that wants to destroy your neighbors. Were those indeed? Yeah, those were definitely the pack leaders. So, I don't really need names right now. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of there. Any last minute wolves want to make their appearance or their presence known? Not looking like it. That's unfortunate. All right, well, thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any suggestions for finding Arctos some more potential mates, if you think we should look on a different map, if you think we should keep looking for the Coyote Creek female, just let me know. Okay, so just as I was wrapping up the recording, I actually did come across this other female. She is a 4-year-old from the Bear Trap pack, which is different from the Bear Creek pack, so she is not from the same pack as Arctos. A couple of male wolves were courting her, but Arctos managed to lead them away so that he can kind of get to know her. She seems pretty playful so far, maybe pretty energetic. That is a lot of play vows. Anyway, adding her to the list for your consideration of potential mates for Arctos. Let me know what you think.